Welcome, Anderson, to our next episode of What's Up Downtown A-Town. My name is Darla Couch, and this is the show where we talk with new businesses and old businesses in the downtown area that are opening up. And today we are with Melissa O'Connor, and she is the owner of Pulp Pine.
Yes.
So we're going to talk with her a little bit today about her offerings and her new shop. Let's start out with Melissa. Let's talk about where you're going to be located.
Okay, so we're at 303 Alexandria Pike. We are in the Grand Old Junction Gallery building. That's what people are saying that it was.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we're at the corner of Alexandria Pike and Main, right there on the river, and so we're right between AU and downtown, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that is perfect location,
Yeah.
and I've always loved that building.
Me too.
For those of you who aren't sure just by name, it's the building right there at the corner that's a wooden building. It looks real homey and comfy,
Yes.
and it's the perfect building
Yes,
for
for
your
studio.
business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, talk about what it is that you're doing.
Yes, so we're Pulp Pine. We're a DIY, so a do-it-yourself creative craft studio and handmade market. And so what we do is we create a really fun, relaxing atmosphere for friends and family members and coworkers to come in, sit around a table for 3 hours, do a creative project of any type of craft. And then we also allow beer and wine in, so it can be a really fun, relaxing event as well. And then we also have our handmade market where we offer Indiana makers items up for sale to get that, again, the Indiana roots into Anderson for this makers movement.
And so it's not just items that you have created, but it's all of Indiana. You bring in different artists.
That's correct. I have about 15 commitments right now of Indiana makers who have their items in, and then I'll also throw in repurposed goods to accent signs and things for home decor. So it's fantastic. We're excited to have these partnerships with these other makers and to bring it here in Anderson. What I found is that a lot of people are driving to these handmade markets in Hamilton County and other places, but we don't have anything in Anderson. And so I thought, well, I have a small area in the studio that's perfect for it. Let's stop driving out of the county and let's keep it here. So the makers that I've been speaking to are super excited about it, and so we're just going to keep broadening it. And I said, if we need more space for it, if we, grow to where we need another building for it, I'm game to, get that Indiana roots here in Anderson.
That's wonderful, and that's very exciting, and I love the idea of having a place here in Anderson that we can just all drive to and support.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yes.
So you were just a part of this past weekend of the Vesuvius co-working pitch night.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Which is amazing. So we worked on our pitch for several weeks. We were actually, I didn't realize it, but I wasn't aware of it when it was first put out. So someone said, hey, you should look into this. And so I had a few weeks to prepare and look at it. And what I really liked is their whole motivation behind this particular pitch was bringing community together.
Right.
And that's why I created my business. That's what my business encompasses, is just bringing people together in fellowship and being creative as well. And so when I found out that that's what the premise was of this pitch, I said, okay, I'm applying to this, and so it was fantastic. Pickleball Association won, which is exciting. It's a fun sport that a lot of people don't know of.
Really fun. Yeah, and I didn't know anything about it until like a month ago.
Yeah, I was the same way when I saw their name on the lineup, and so it's great. So we felt like we were winners by being one of the 6 chosen, and the exposure that this event brings, and then just being in a room with all of these community members, and just being part of this
energy.
Yeah, it was incredible. Right. So
you came away a winner. You had somebody who said, "Hey, we're going to invest in your business."
Yes. So the Startup Ladies is a corporation. I'm pretty sure they're from downtown Indianapolis. And so they called me out on stage and said, we read your application, and when I read your application, I I knew at that moment that this was a business that I can see in other cities, and we want to help kind of mold you into being able to present that to be
your
a
vision.
multi-city. Yeah, and I about fell off the stage. I was, wow, that's a huge compliment coming from them.
Oh, really it is.
Unbelievable. Yes. And again, that exposure from them is just a profound moment in my career. So,
Sure.
so we really walked away with that in itself, along with the exposure. I'm a winner. So it was fantastic.
So tell me where the idea of Pulp and Pine came to be.
Okay, so a small backstory to it. So I've been a creative person since I was little. So I grew up, my papa would take me out. He had a big building up in the back, and he was a tinkerer. He would just create things out of wood and metal and just all kinds of things, and I saw that growing up, and I would tinker with him, but I never considered myself a creative. Several years ago, I kind of had that energy to do something creative, and I started making party decorations out of paper and cardstock, and I had an Etsy business. It was very small, and so I did that for a while, and it really wasn't my thing.
Wasn't your passion?
No, it wasn't. But it was fun to do it for a while. And I've tinkered here and there with, jewelry making and things. But then I started raising kids about 7 years ago. And so all of my creative juices, went to the side. I was creating this family, and I was
Right.
I was being there, and I loved that. I loved being a mom. And but a year ago, we were 6 years into not doing anything creative. I was really yearning for my creativity to come out. And I was also yearning for fellowship with friends. And so I started looking around for a place that I could take friends to where we could fellowship and do something creative. And I really wasn't finding anything here in Anderson. There was a few places during the day, like the library offers things, but I was a working mom, and so I needed evening or weekends. And so what I found was I would drive to Noblesville, or I would drive to Indy for a wine and canvas or whichever. And so I said, I'm going to start a craft club. Well, why not? Let's just try it. And so I did, and that was a year ago in January. I invited friends over, and I had 6 ladies. They came to my kitchen, and we created a fun craft project together. And I realized that it wasn't just meeting the desires that I was having. They all said the same thing. We need to do this every month. We need to do this more. And so we did. And so every month I would create some sort of a project, and we would come together, and we went from 6, to 20 the next month, and we're a year out, and we have 400 members.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, it's all here.
That blew up on you,
right? Yeah, I was. It was. Oh,
well now.
Yes, well. So
we need a bigger space.
yes, exactly. But as I was starting to grow, so before we even got to that, as I was starting to grow, so it was a few months into the craft club, I was getting requests for private events. Can you do this and can you do that? And so I created Pulp and Pine, and I was a Pulp and Pine DIY mobile workshop was what my title or my company name was.
That's cool too.
So yeah, it was great. And so I would I would do private events at either people's homes. I partnered with local businesses. I would rent facilities, and we would do these. So it wasn't just the craft club. It was a viable business, and it was meeting this desire of the community that I was seeing. There is a need here, and there wasn't anybody else meeting that and structuring their business around helping these community members come together for fellowship and getting that creativity out. And so for the last year, I've been Pulp and Pine DIY Mobile. And so about, 4 months ago, it's more than one person in a mobile capacity can handle because the demand.
Yes, I would imagine.
Yeah, I've been carting wood and everything through my car and all of that. So I said, we need a place. We need a studio in Anderson. We need a home for this. We need a home for the craft club and a home for Anderson to come together and do this. So we found the location, and we're opening April 26th.
That's so exciting. And April 26th, this is a big day.
It's the big day. It's grand opening. We're doing a ribbon cutting with the mayor. He's gracious, and he's going to be out there at 2 p.m. And we are going to do a kind of a 12 to 7 open house for people to come out, see what we are. I'll have some free making kits that they can do, but at least to just see this is what we are. Let's get on the schedule, and I'll have all of the dates that we're going to be doing in the next few months, and so it's
great. That's all perfect.
Yeah, it's really great.
So you're going to have an area for your market space.
Yes.
And you're going to have an area for folks to come and do projects.
Yes.
But you also have another component, which is weddings.
Yes, yes. So we also will be, we have a wedding rental package of signs for brides. And we're excited. We just debuted it a few weeks ago, and it was actually live yesterday at the Crystal Coop Bridal Expo. And we just felt like, we're already making these signs for people, and we get brides coming to us saying, can you make this sign for me? And absolutely. But then they were thinking, where am I going to put it when I'm done? It's what am I going to do with welcome to this wedding sign?
Yeah, it's going to look great in your garage
right,
for years and
years.
Exactly.
So we decided, there's a market for this. And so we have a very economical package of signs that brides can rent from us. And then we also have some other items that they'll be able to rent as well. And that we feel like will continue to grow as well. We would love to be a full service as far as the rental needs of these brides, but we're starting small, and we're at least, what I didn't mention with our projects, home decor signs, we go with the trends. So we're Pinterest inspired, and so home decor signs are a huge trend right now.
They're big, yes.
Absolutely, and we recognize that this is a trend, and it will go out, which is why when I crafted the business, it is a creative studio. It's not a sign studio, because they're going to go out and the next craft is going to come in. Crafts have been around forever.
Right.
And so
since our grandmas were crocheting.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. So I recognized that when I was starting the business, and so with the wedding rentals, currently signs are big, and so that's what our package is. But when the next thing is big, we will be offering that as well. So.
Now, I saw a picture of you at the Bridal Expo yesterday, and I saw this amazing arch with 2 old vintage doors on either side.
Yes.
So you have that
I have that, absolutely. So that's a vintage ceremony entrance. And so generally what people are using it for is before they walk down the aisle, they'll walk through those doors. But it also can be decorated in a sense to get married in front of it. So it's very dual purpose.
At the altar.
Yeah, at the altar, yeah. So we kind of thought, both ways in figuring out how to use that. And we got a lot of great feedback yesterday at the expo, and we have several commitments from brides, so we're just thrilled. So, and we're going to continue to adapt that and make it even better.
So do you go to a wedding site and decorate, or do you just do rentals right now?
So currently I'm letting them know they have the option. Do you want me there to help you? If you do, we can structure the package that way, or you can come and pick it up the day before and drop it off the day after. So we're really flexible. A piece that I already love because of my creativity is design. And so in the past, I have been a party planner where I would, bring the full decoration and everything in. And so I would love to eventually be able to incorporate that in. And I have so many dreams for this business and so many avenues that I can't wait to foster and take the time and actually create. And so that is definitely something that we will eventually be offering.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so necessary.
Yeah.
And I think it's an untapped market in Anderson as well.
Absolutely.
As far as party planning goes.
Yeah, absolutely. You're usually hiring from another county.
Right.
So, yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about is we just briefly touched on this when we first sat down together, is these amazing earrings that you have on.
Oh, yes, yes. So these are leather earrings, and so we will have them in the boutique that an Indiana maker is making, but we'll also have this class. So it's a jewelry class where they get to make all different kinds of leather earrings, necklaces, bracelets. the sky's the limit on really is what at this point of what we are going to be doing, what we're going to be offering. And we are, like I said, we're very much with the trend, and we're very much Pinterest inspired. So when I decide what I'm going to offer in the studio, I am asking, what are you wanting? What do you want to see? And so I got a lot of feedback. I love the leather jewelry. Okay, I found a leather maker. She's going to come in, she's going to do a workshop, and then I found another maker who's going to actually bring her items in. So this business is going to go from here, in a sense, as far as what we're offering, to here in a broader sense, because I'm just now tapping into hearing what Anderson and what the community wants, and if you want it, I'm going to make sure it's there, as long as I feel like it fits in our kind of brand, in a sense, but we're doing things.
I'm so excited for you. I think
Thank
this is
you.
going to be great, and I'm excited for folks in Anderson who are going to have the opportunity for another location to shop and then to be creative.
Yeah, absolutely. We are, we're thrilled. And right now we have, at least off the top of my head, 20 different styles of craft projects that we're offering. So we're everything from sign making to intro to calligraphy, embroidery, soap making, candle pouring, jewelry making. I could just keep going on and on and on. We will have it. So it's hitting I'm trying to hit every creative piece
Category.
I can. Category, yes.
Yes.
So that people, can get away from their homes for a few hours. That was the whole premise of why I started. Like I said, I was a working mom, and I wanted to get away from the house for a while. And so in hopes of creating all of these creative categories, I'm hitting as many people as I can to offer them the opportunity to come in and do this. And so, yeah, that's where we are, and I am screaming from the rooftops.
Yeah. I love it.
So thank you. Thank you.
So talk a little bit about your choice to open up this business in Anderson.
Yeah, so I live here. I'm a resident of Anderson, and so it wasn't even an option as far as me. Why would I go out of my community that I already have my core friends and everything? So for a lot of reasons. Obviously, I'm a resident, and so I want to be here. But also, I believe in this town. I believe in this community, and we are turning it around. And it's people like me and other entrepreneurs who are seeing it and seeing this shift change that's finally happening to a community that's so deserving. With the past and the things that have happened and that have gone out, there are still people here that want to see this community just, thrive. And so I want to be in that, and I want to continue to not only be in it, but promote it. And I want to be out there, screaming from the rooftops, this community is amazing, and there is need here for all types of industry, not just the creative entertainment industry, but it's just, and along with that, the town is so behind me and so behind these other entrepreneurs.
I was going to say, I hope that you felt that from the Vesuvius event the other night, and just the Herald Bulletin doing a piece on you recently. I hope that you sense that the community is 100% behind our entrepreneurs. So
yeah, 100%, and that's another reason as well. I'm not sure in another town or city I would feel that. I would feel almost like in a bucket of other people trying to get out of it and to try and figure out how to create that. And so I've gotten so much I don't even know.
I think
the term
support.
For it. Support, yes, absolutely. That's from the town.
My understanding that people have just come around you and said, "Hey, how can we help you? How can we mentor you?
Yeah, how can we get you started? What do you need? What connection can I make for you?" It's been huge. So that, along with already living here and wanting to stay here, is the reason why that I'm doing it here in Anderson, and recognizing the need. If the need wasn't there, I wouldn't be able to. But a lot of the categories in this town that is needed, it's untapped. And I don't think people realize how much untapped potential is here. It's unbelievable. So right. It really is. Right. And a lot of entrepreneurs and business-minded people see this, shift, and we're able to look down the way and see that let's get started now, because we are shifting and we are going to become a place that's going to be a destination. I feel it in my bones. Yeah. So
I absolutely agree with you. Could not agree more. I was at Oakley Brothers the other day, and I thought, there's just an electricity in the air.
There is. Yes.
And I thought, it just feels to me like someday, and in the not too far future, people are going to be coming here for entertainment and to go to unique places like your place, like Oakley Brothers, like some of the newer places downtown that are popping up. And we're just so thankful that people are choosing to invest here and choosing to support people who are investing here.
Absolutely.
And we really do live in a community where people do get alongside the new person, really do support them and do whatever they can.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I do too. It's
I'm
amazing.
glad you're experiencing that too.
Yeah, it is. It's just, that's why I'm here today. I have a lot of friends who have helped me get to where I am, but as far as running the business, it's just me, and I couldn't make all of those connections, and even to be here today and at Vesuvius on Friday, that is how I made it here. So I'm so thankful and so blessed, and just so excited.
Right. So tell me, what will your hours be when you get started in April?
Yeah, so we're going to probably change it as we go, but at least to start, we're going to be open Thursday, Friday, 10 to 3 with daytime hours, and then Saturday, 10 to 4. And what those hours will be, that will be more of to shop, obviously, the boutique and market, and then also it will be an open studio where there'll be limited things and crafts and projects that they can do during those hours as well.
So they don't need to necessarily make a reservation. If it's just one or two folks, they can come in.
Correct. They can come in. Yeah. So it wouldn't be a custom. It wouldn't be a custom name item. But yes, I will have several projects that are, you pick it up, you go do it, you just walk in the door, which is great, which is what I wanted as well. So those will be
That's unique. I really like that approach.
Yeah. I just felt like, again, out of the county, you can do that with like a pottery place.
Right.
And so we have a lot of project offerings that aren't custom, to where I'm able to produce those in a mass amount to have them on a shelf that someone, if they want to come on their lunch break and do a small project, they can. So, and then obviously, I know that some people they're around during the day and they want to get out during the day and they want to be home at night. And so we want to be able to capture that as well. So those hours may expand. That's just at least where we're going to start. And then obviously we will have our project nights in the evenings. And so those will be anywhere from a Tuesday night, a Thursday night, a Friday night, and a Saturday during the day as well. And so those will just be dependent on what the project is, what I'm seeing as far as what the availability of people, what they like to see, and I'll structure that,
and then you just tweak it as we go.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a great variety to start with.
Yeah, that's what we felt like. With our craft club, Thursdays has always been a great night, so we've always done that. So we know we're gonna have Thursday and Friday evenings, and we'll just go from there.
If folks want to reach you right now, what's the best way to do so?
Okay, so several ways. So I have a website, and so it's pulpandpinediy.com. And then Facebook is our big, I would say, marketing piece. It's where you'll see a lot of the people actually doing the projects and what they've done. And so that is Pulp and Pine DIY, Creative Studio and Handmade Market. But you can just type in Pulp and Pine and you'll find us.
I did that earlier as well, and yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. And we're on Instagram as well. I'm still learning those ropes. So I would say Facebook and my website is our most marketing pieces right there. But
and people can message you on Facebook if they want to talk to you ahead of time.
Yep, absolutely. They can message me on Facebook, on Instagram, my email, pulpandpinediy@gmail.com. So even though our business isn't open until April 26th, I'm still doing things because I've been mobile.
You're going.
Yeah, so we are going. So if someone says, I need a wedding sign next week, you don't have to wait until April 26th. We'll get you your wedding sign, and that's another piece I didn't mention. And this is what I mentioned at the Bridal Expo. And a lot of people didn't realize this. So, our DIY creative studio is all encompassing. So we are a place where you come to create with friends. We are a place that we will make you the custom item you're wanting. So I told a lot of the brides, if you don't love our selection in our package and it doesn't fit your wedding, show me what you want. I'll custom make it for you. Or bring your bridal party in as a fun event and have them make it for you as their gift to you. So, there's so many.
That's another great idea.
Yeah, it's really great. So we just feel like not only are we creating that creative environment, but so many people have all of these pens on Pinterest that they want for their home or their.
Yeah, I have a million.
Yes, it's like we all do. It's how we do our spare time. We spend it there, and you pin it, but you don't ever do it. Yes. So
this
is
highly accurate.
I'm the same way. I have things I want from my home. So we want to be a place, again, that you can come and create those. But if you don't have the time to come in and sit for 3 hours during a craft project, we can make it for you. So we can make it happen. Or again,
that's also good to know.
Yes.
So I can just bring you my phone and say, hey, I really need this, and it needs to look like this, and you'll get her done for me.
Absolutely, get her done. Yes, completely. Yes. And another piece.
That's the best thing you've said this entire interview.
Yay. Yes, we can do anything. I mean, literally, I say sky is the limit. If I don't have the machinery for it, I'll be getting it.
And I believe you.
I will. So, but another piece I forgot, and it's very important. So we get a lot of people, and they see the pictures of the signs, for instance, because that's the trend, and they think, whoa, that looks like something I could buy at a local store. I can't make that. There is zero skill required for our workshops. So everything, we walk you through step to step to step. Those signs are made with a stencil. And so as long as you can go like this and dab paint and take a brush and go like this, you can make it. And so I tell people at the beginning, you cannot make a mistake, because if you take your paintbrush and go off the edge, I can fix it. So zero skill required. You come in.
Crafting for dummies.
That's perfect. Right. That's perfect. Yes, zero skill. So that's a big piece that I like to make sure and mention, so people don't think, I'm not artsy. I'm not an artist. Yeah. So I've never been trained. I can't just wing something and paint it. I need a guideline, and so all of our projects have guidelines that we walk you through and take care of. So, yeah.
So there's no pressure. You don't have to be the perfect artist to come in. You're going to help us, walk us through all of that.
Absolutely, yes. And, generally our workshops, projects last anywhere from 3 to 3.5 hours, but I have been there 4.5 to 5 hours. It's, we are not going to say, you need to get this done in X amount of time. We do.
You're halfway through your project. And,
right. Hey, lights are going out. No, I mean, we do.
The music stops.
Right. We do, these large porch signs, and you're talking.
I love those.
Those are fantastic.
Love those.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I want one.
Oh, come on in, or I'll make it for you.
I'm like, no, I'm just going to show you my phone once again.
We'll take care of it. So those are big projects, and so that takes a lot of time. I don't know if you saw our clocks. That's a very big project.
I love clocks too.
They're huge, and so that's a very time consuming. And so some people get overwhelmed at the thought of, I really want that, but there's no way I can do that. And I tell people with the
skill
clocks,
level or time wise.
Yes, both. And so I always tell people who want to do the clocks, for instance, you're looking at 4 hours. But it's not hard. It's just more time consuming because it's very large, and there's some detail to it. But again, a child can literally do it. Literally. You're staying in this area with paint. So
if you can follow the line,
that's right.
You're
that's
gonna
right.
be good.
You're gonna be good. Yes. So, but then we also, some of the makers that I'm partnering with to bring items in, they will also bring their craft to our studio, and they will present it and lead it. Yeah, absolutely. So I already have a string art maker who I've already partnered with, and she did a workshop for me. So things that I necessarily haven't invested my time into learning that craft, or maybe don't have the time to, and I find a maker that's an Indiana maker, I'm most definitely getting a hold of them and saying, can you bring that in? Which is where the jewelry is coming from, the string art, I have the embroidery, calligraphy. That's not me learning that. That is me supporting another Indiana maker, bringing them in and just getting more awareness for their business.
Yeah.
And I'm also getting that segment of interest if someone likes the jewelry making part of it.
That's brilliant. That's
Thank
really
you.
great.
Thank you. It's exciting. I'm telling you, I just, I need more time.
Yeah, I think you might. And I think I need more time because I'm going to be at your place all the time.
Okay. I'll put
It
a
sounds
cot
very
aside
fun.
for you.
Darla Spot, a little plaque above there if you would.
That's right. That's right.
Your enthusiasm and your excitement and your passion is like, it's catching. I love it. It's
thank
infectious.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yes.
choosing Anderson and choosing to invest here in your hometown. I love that.
Thank you.
Tell everybody one more time when your ribbon cutting is.
Okay.
And your grand opening.
Okay, so April 26th. So we are going to have the open house from noon to 7. And the ribbon cutting will take place at 2 p.m. with the mayor and some other supporting people. And then again, you can reach me on Facebook, pulpandpinediy.com. My plan is to have, by April 1st, to have all of the project nights out there booked, so that people can go ahead and RSVP,
fill in.
and fill in. And they can also see all of the categories that we're offering. So my goal right now is by April 21st, those will be on my website and on Facebook.
Good.
So.
And tell us the address of the Grand Junction building one more time.
Yes, so 303 Alexandria Pike. And so it's a brown building. You can't miss it. I share a space with State Farm, so you can see their signs as well. And yeah, we are excited.
Great. And we're excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you to everybody, really.
That's right. And thank you, Anderson, as always, for supporting new business in our city. We appreciate you. Have a great week.